Good afternoon. Thank you for having me today. So thank you to OFN, thank you everyone that's here. I also want to say that Director Thompson at the FHFA wishes she could have been here herself. I think that she is a big fan of what the CDFIs are doing in local communities, and wanted to make sure that I shared that with everybody. So I wanted to speak briefly here today with some of the work we have that we're continuing to do at the FHFA related to some of the findings we had and the recommendations that we had in our Federal Home Loan Bank System at 100 report that was issued last November. So one of the major findings that came out of that report was that the Federal Home Loan Banks could be doing a better job of supporting non-depository CDFIs. So I think that when you look at the Federal Home Loan Banks and you think about the work that CDFIs are doing, there's a real natural alignment between the mission of what they're trying to accomplish. Federal Home Loan Banks were established over 90 years ago in support of small organizations that were doing housing and community development work in their local communities. And if you look at what CDFIs are doing today, they're doing a lot of support for housing, community development work in their local communities. So finding a way to improve the work that's being done by the Federal Home Loan Banks to support their member institutions, including non-depository CDFIs, was one of our major recommendations. This is to include making sure the Federal Home Loan Banks have a strong understanding of the CDFI business model to not limit access artificially. Also would include trying to improve collateral valuations to improve lending capacity at the Federal Home Loan Banks for those members that have gained access. We do believe that if we can continue down the path of some of these improvements, we'll see a growth of membership of the non-depository CDFIs within the Federal Home Loan Bank system with the improved value proposition. So we also have seen over the last year since we issued the report several developments at some of the individual Federal Home Loan Banks to start new programs, new product offerings in support of their CDFI members. We do think that this is a good first step. We're seeing some good traction, but we do think that there's more work to be done here. And similarly, we've started to work with the CDFI Fund to facilitate a better and closer working relationship between the FHFA and the CDFI Fund on matters such as data sharing and program design. So we're hoping to see more support that can come out of the Federal Home Loan Banking System in support of much of the work that's being done on the ground in local communities by CDFIs as we move forward. So I want to say again, because I don't have a lot of time, I think that we need to get back to people winning awards. It's probably a little more fun. So I just want to say thank you again for having us here, and I would say that I would encourage everyone to kind of stay engaged with what we're doing at the FHFA as it relates to our Federal Home Loan Bank System at 100 work. Stay engaged with the Federal Home Loan Banks as they're continuing to develop new products and programs, to discuss potential membership opportunities, and hold us accountable to get the job done. So thank you all very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your conference.